Hey bros, thanks again for tuning into Leafs Bros. It's always great to have you. So it was a big game for Leafs last night playing the Pittsburgh Penguins. The Penguins, they got destroyed by the Rangers the game before, so I really thought the Leafs were in tough for this one. They played a better game than I thought would have come out. You know, Crosby loves playing in Toronto. We kept them to shots that were mostly perimeter shots, kept the good chances low, and Bernier was there when we needed him. He had a nice stop on Malkin there late. Outshot 40-31. I think the game was a little more lopsided than those shots seemed to show, but with Buffalo on the back end of back-to-back, any point in that game would have been considered glorious. You know, riding a 3-game win streak into that game if we could bring any points out. But we didn't, but we're not going to cry over spilt milk because we got the Buffalo Sabres tonight, and that's points in the bank. If you don't get points against the Sabres, you have failed as a team. No ifs, ands, or buts. A couple things about the game last night. Chris Kunitz, he comes flying into the Leafs crease with 4 Leafs there and Bernier covering up the puck. There's no play to be made, nothing happened. He just flies in, crashes in, and jabs at Bernier in the hands. Like, there's no call on the play. The refs just decided to take it out in the zone. Now, Polak did give him a few punches with the glove on, but, you know, more needs to happen. You can't have a guy running your goalie like that. We all know James Reimer's ran into troubles with his head. You can't have people running the crease like that. I like that Brolak made a move and hit him with the gloves on, but someone needs to really put it to guys when they do that. You got to let them know that's not okay or the next team's going to run all over you. Again, Roman Brolak, as I like to call him, has been a welcome addition. He's a solid stay-at-home guy, but throws the body around in some shots, so I like it. He's not the most skilled guy with the puck, but he seems to be making smart plays and really solid on the back end. We got all these guys who like to play on the left side and can move the puck, but Roman plays the right and he lays the body, so I'm all for him right now. A great addition. Another talk about positions here. At the start of the season, we were wondering about Brozak, whether he would be the number 1 center or not, and well, it looks like he's gone for now. We were talking about Nazem Kadri possibly stealing that position, but Nazi just hasn't been the Nazi that we've been hoping him to be. He's has trouble staying on his feet sometimes and tries to do too much and loses the puck. He's got to get her deep. I saw a time last night he got her deep, went around the D-man to the corner, caused a penalty. So that's the kind of stuff he needs to do. He needs to get under the skin. He needs to take a little more of the Leo Komarov bag of tricks, I think. But Leo's my boy, so no surprise there. Which brings me to my next point. Pistol Petey Holland. The guy had 5 points in 3 games coming into last night. He was held off the sheet, but not many people did get on there. Franzen was the only guy with the point with that Crosby pass. But I think Petey's looking good right now. He could potentially take Nazi's spot. I could see Carlisle using him as like a reminder to Nazem. I know Carlisle likes to give Nazi a few reminders here and there, so I wouldn't be surprised to see Petey take a spot in the second line there to see what he can do. But I like what's going on right now with the Komarov line. Santorelli's looking good. I like what's going on there. All right, so couple viewer questions I got. I got one from Craig Peckman here in Hanover, Ontario. He actually gave me this question about a week ago before the Leafs started their run, we'll call it. I know they played a couple subpar teams in Columbus and such, but he wants to know, should people go to the Leafs games when they're not winning? They haven't won in so long, why do we go? You know, should we stop? Should, like other teams, stop when their teams aren't doing good, so shouldn't the Leafs do the same? And should and will is a total different thing. Should we stop going? Probably. I mean, a lot of the seats are already corporate seats and whatnot, and I don't think it would make a big difference if there's nobody in the seats with how much noise is made in the lower bowl there. But, you know, we got good fans, and some of them up top do make some noise, so I don't want to rip on everyone. But should people go to Leafs games? I don't know. Like, it's a personal thing. You want to go, you want to see the team win, you want them to do well, but when they're not doing it, why would you pay money to go see? The problem is the Leafs are always going to be sold out. There's corporate tickets, diehards, you know, we bleed blue, we're going to go when we get tickets. I think as Leafs fans, we're kind of masochists. We enjoy the pain of it. I don't know. It's a roller coaster ride, the ups and downs, and that's to everyone else. But the one thing I want to say is the Chicago Blackhawks for a long time were a bad team. They were not good. People stopped coming to their games. The seats were empty. And then what they did is they blacked out the games on TV to try and get people to fill up the stands. But that didn't work either. I mean, it's tough. I could never see the Leafs blacking out. You know, Rogers, all the money for that. It's not going to happen. You can't say that the Leafs are like any other team because they're not. I mean, there's a few other teams, you know, Rangers, Montreal, where they got diehards, big market, blah, blah, blah. But the Leafs, you can't say they're the same thing as small market teams or you know, their fans don't care as much because we care. We care too much, and that is the problem. So I don't see that ever happening. You know, I hope that answers your question there, Craig. You know, maybe someday. Maybe someday we'll be competitive. We're not looking bad right now, but there's still lots to be done. All right, one more thing I want to talk about here. There was a clip when the Leafs played the Ottawa Senators of some fans getting into a fight in the stands. And now, don't get me wrong, when I go to a game, I'm boisterous. I get a few brew dogs in me, and I like to talk a bit, but I've never hit anyone, you know. It's Ottawa Senators fans, right? So, okay, let me tell you what happened first. There's an Ottawa fan and a Toronto fan arguing in the stands. I'm not sure what bowl it was, but it was near the top of the stairs. And another Leafs fan comes in, he's watching, another Ottawa fan gets into it. So the two guys that are originally talking to each other are still going, and another Leafs fan just comes up with a beer and goes, boop, just lets the guy, you know, have a little drink on him. Immediately, the guy that gets the beer poured on him, grabs the guy and pulls him down, and they start fighting down the stairs. And the video's not that good, but apparently a decent little scrap went on there, and those other guys grabbed each other, and you know, good old-fashioned Canadian hockey there in the stands. But what I want to say is, come on, guys, they're Senators fans, you know. Ottawa fans, they got nothing. They have no history. They've got nothing. I just feel bad for them, you know. Their team's almost been bankrupt like 5 times, almost folded the team. If you're gonna waste a beer, and I never waste a beer, don't get me wrong. But if you're gonna pour a beer on a guy's head, let's make it a Habs fan, you know. Dirty Habs fans could use a shower, you know. Let's be realistic about this. Leave the Sens fans alone. I just feel bad for them. But the Habs fans, they got a history, you know. There's someone that you can enjoy riling up and, you know, give them a little bath or whatever you want to do. But I don't condone hitting anyone. You might not be allowed back to watch the Leafs win another game. So that's that. Tonight, Buffalo Sabres. It's on CBC, as everybody knows, Hockey Night in Canada. Newverth versus Reimer. I expect Leafs with a 4-1 win. So that's all we got for Leafs Bros today. Thanks again for tuning in, and feel free to comment and share. Cheers.